Today I'm going to show you how to make these hot honey beef boats. They're pretty much the Noah's Ark of macronutrients. All right, before we get into this, I'm going to show you what my kitchen looks like right now. This is what a real kitchen looks like, not a studio kitchen or anything like that. I got strollers here. I got a baby carrier here. Why do I have a baby carrier here? Because I have a 6-week-old newborn, and well, right now she's not in the carrier. She's in a crib, but normally she's out here. And while I'm shooting this video, she might shit her pants several times, and I don't want you guys to hear it and think it's me. So now that she's not here, if you do hear anything like that, it will be me. Anyway, let's get into this. So to get things started, I have my oven set at 400 degrees. It's preheating right now. Next, I'm gonna grab a sweet potato. This is the boat of the hot honey beef boat, okay? This one's about 500 grams, I think. The good thing about this recipe is it's very macro friendly. You can design it to fit your macros. If you can't have that many carbs, but you still want to eat this, get a smaller sweet potato. All right, so sweet potato is the boat. What we're going to do with the sweet potato is, ew, that's gross. I think that was the ass end of it because that was a little poopy looking. We're going to get a baking dish here and then line it with aluminum foil. Next, you got olive oil and salt and pepper. Take my ring off for this. I don't want to get it all greasy. You're going to rub olive oil all over the sweet potato. All right? The purpose of this is, in the 400-degree oven, the sweet potato and the oil is going to give like a fry effect, so it's going to make it crispy, or help it become crispy. We'll wash my hands, I'll be right back. You take your barbecue, I mean this is just like salt and pepper mix for barbecue, like briskets and stuff, but basically salt and pepper. Sprinkle this all over the skin of the sweet potato. Okay, if I haven't said it so far, this is my take on the hot honey beef bowl, that viral recipe that apparently went viral on the internet. I never saw it, but my wife was like, hey, can you make this for me? And I did, and it was great. So I decided to make this version of it. So anyway, now this is good to go. From here, you take this and you put it in the oven for about an hour or until it gets super soft. So here we go. This is going into the oven for 1 hour at 400 degrees. So while the sweet potato bakes in the oven, we're gonna get onto the meat filling of this hot honey beef boat. So the beef component of this recipe is gonna be ground grass-fed beef. It is 93.7. I don't like a bunch of fat rendering out into the pan, so I go for a leaner cut. For my macros, I'm gonna end up just using half or 8 ounces of this 1 pound for my beef boat. But like I said, this is macro friendly, so you can put the whole thing in there if you need a bunch of protein. Say you're eating this at the end of the day, you didn't eat a bunch of protein, you need a whole pound of beef, well there you go. But if you need less, just put less. So anyway, I'm gonna brown this up, clean off my hands again, put a little bit more salt and pepper onto the beef to season it a little bit, but we're also going to be adding some fajita seasoning. Just chop this beef up just a little bit, get it working, get that nice and brown, and once that becomes brown and pretty much cooked through, we'll go get the fajita seasoning. I go with the Siete brand. I like it, but I thought I had regular taco or fajita seasoning. I don't. I have lemon pepper, which is on the picture it shows for shrimp, but sometimes you just got to go with what you have, and I'm going with lemon pepper flavor today. And then just adding the whole pack over the beef here, mixing that around. This is probably going to taste pretty interesting. I don't recommend the lemon pepper. The way I made it before, it was with like spicy taco seasoning, so definitely if you're gonna do this, get taco seasoning. That's what I had before, but I mean, I'll let you know at the end of this if it turns out okay. I hope it does. Otherwise, this was a waste. I mean, I'll eat it, but kind of sucks. Anyway, so I'll let this cook some more before we move on to the next step. Okay, so the beef is done cooking. I'm gonna give it a try. I'm a little worried that I might have fucked up this recipe with the lemon pepper, but let's see. It's not terrible. It's not as taco beefy as I thought it was gonna be, or that I wanted it to be. But it's definitely edible. Sometimes you fuck everything up. Just eat it anyway. You're doing it for the macronutrients. You're not doing it necessarily for the flavor. So in the time that it took the sweet potato to cook, I managed to take a shower, feed my kid, put her down for another nap, and get into clothes that I didn't work out in 30 minutes ago. So I'm gonna pull this out. The timer just went off. I'm gonna see if it's tender enough to finish. All right, so sweet potato. Probably switch this to the other hand because I'm right-handed and I don't want to use a knife with my left hand. Okay, so with the knife, I'm going to take this, and it easily goes through, like super simple. So this is done. Now that that is finished, we're going to plate it up. So plate that right there. Continue cutting it along that seam, because what we're going to do now is we're going to add the filling. And just like a baked potato, you're going to smash that open. Use some utensils. Open that. Now, I made this once before, and the sweet potatoes, they just don't like open up as pretty as a regular potato, I'd say. So I'm just being gentle here so I have a good presentation. Obviously, when you eat it, it's gonna go in and it's all gonna come out the same. So I don't really care about eating with my eyes, but I know other people do, like my wife. She needs to be like super impressed by what it looks like in order to eat it, kind of like my children. Anyway, now for the filling. I like to add some cheese onto mine because I like that cheesy gooiness cheese pull thing. I have 2% milk Mexican style cheese blend, so it helps you save on fat macros if you go with this kind of cheese, the 2% milk. So just a little handful. Get the cheese in there, push it down so it starts to melt. All nice, like. Next, I'm taking about half of this beef and I'm gonna put it into the bowl. And if I can't fit it all into this boat, then what I'm gonna do is put it around. Because I'm not wasting any of my protein macros. Definitely got to get those, especially because I've been running super long distances for me, which is about 3 to 5 miles a day, and also lifting weights. So I'm trying to make sure I don't lose a bunch of lean mass while doing all this extra exercise for the Spartan Beast that I'm training for. We have the beef in the boat for extra protein, and just like the what's it called? Hot honey beef bowl, they put cottage cheese on top or in the bowl, but I'm putting it on top. Kind of like a loaded baked potato here with adding the sour cream, I'd say. But it gives that tang, kind of like sour cream, but extra protein and a lot less fat. So, trying to watch your fat macros, not doing keto, here you go. Okay, so the next thing that you're gonna add on top is avocado. Boom, just like that. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cube this up within the avocado shell. You guys call it a shell? Peel? Ow, almost got my finger. Don't cut like me. So half an avocado, probably a lot. I'll just go with a quarter of this whole avocado. Boom, put that on top. One thing that avocado needs, in my opinion, is a sprinkling of salt. And citrus is always nice too, but luckily, because I f***ed up and I have lemon pepper seasoning on the meat, that takes care of the citrus. Okay, and the final ingredient, the hot honey. I go with Mike's hot honey, extra hot, because I like it spicy. This gets drizzled all on top of your hot honey beef boat to make this extra delicious. So there you have it, folks. The hot honey beef boat. My take on the viral hot honey beef bowl, but this looks so much more appetizing. And I'm telling you, I've had this once before. It is very, very good. Almost addicting, I'd say. And it's super healthy. There's like no crazy ingredients added to this, like extra cream or butter or anything like that, because honestly, you don't need it. So what I'm gonna try this right now. I'm really hoping the lemon pepper didn't ruin this at all. Get some cottage cheese, some avocado on this bite. All right, here we go. Cheers. Damn. Okay, so the lemon pepper did not ruin this at all. Honestly, you barely even taste it. You do get some of the citrus through all the other flavors. But if you screw up like me, get lemon pepper, it's not gonna f it up. It actually makes it really good. So you know what to do now? Share this video and make this recipe go viral. Also, give me a thumbs up, hit me with a comment, and consider subscribing. I'm really trying to get to 5,000 subscribers by the end of the summer. See you in the next one.